Let's go live to Mackenzie Becker. Here she is.
And we are live back on Texas Motor Speed on pit road, watching the cars go past. And now we have Heroes Alliance out of Detroit, Michigan, which is very exciting. Here's Wendell. He's going to be our speaker on behalf of the team. We're going to ask him a couple questions. They're currently out on the track doing well, encouraging hopefully that they continue to do so. So before we get into it, Wendell, will you tell me just a little bit about your team? You race in the electric division from the kind of what makes your team unique, and kind of what it's like to be on a.
Well, we like to pride ourselves on our teamwork as a team. We work really well together. We think that's our biggest strategy, our biggest help. We've got a team in the stands. They're constantly taking the car and passing it back to us so we can inform our strategy for the race and when we pit and when we not pit. We're out of Detroit, so Motor City, we're very proud to be. Really looking forward to the race. Right now, we're feeling a little confident, but we're not letting it go to our heads. We're still watching out for our rivals.
Yeah, as you said, you guys are feeling pretty good right now. Heroes Alliance was able to get first place in their division for the first day, which is really, really exciting to see them rolling around the track. Tell me a little bit about how the first day went for you guys. Was it as you expected? Did you hit any challenges? And obviously you came out on top, so you're feeling pretty good through day one.
Day one was actually everything went to plan, which is it was great to see that everybody who broke down was they broke. No one was hurt. It's great to see that no one was injured. We're also at battery swaps. We're running very smoothly. We got the full life out of them that we expected to, and we're hoping to continue that trend.
That's awesome. You mentioned battery swaps. We've talked a little bit about how with EV cars, important and kind of fun. Walk me through what a battery swap looks like on your team. Make those as fast as possible.
Well, what we do is when we come off the track, we have 3 or 4 people pushing with 2 flaggers, one in the front, one in the back. And then we just push the car down the hill all the way over to our garage. There's a set of cones we have to go around. And then we pull into our sort of pit stop area. One of the pushers will disconnect the main battery. And then someone else will be undoing the straps on it. So then at that point, until a charging station comes in, removes the battery. They have the new one ready. They bring it over, and then the thing happens in reverse. And then we push the car back up the hill, pull the e-stops, so control. And then when we're ready to go, when the stewards say we can go, we go.
See, and it's kind of incredible you have all that blocked out so much. Even just listening here, and I used to race on the electric team, it sounds really complicated and complex. So it's really incredible what these students are able to do and kind of get done in such a fast amount of time. We were talking about how obviously making those battery swaps is pretty important, getting them as quick as possible is important so you can get back out on the track. Do you mind telling me a little bit more about what strategy looks like for your team? Obviously, first place yesterday, you gotta have something going good for you guys. Just kind of a higher level, what are you looking for when you go out on the track, and what is your goal?
When we go out on track, we're looking more for endurance than top speed, so we're cruising at a relatively mild speed, but we keep it a little bit in reserve just in case.
Yeah, awesome to hear. And the weather's a lot nicer today than it was yesterday. Tell me a little bit about maybe what has changed for you guys from that overcast and kind of rainy with some of our delays. And are you looking forward to a good day today after a good victory yesterday?
Oh yeah, we're always excited for the next day. We're really looking forward to seeing how we're doing today. We're doing very well so far. On the back straight yesterday, we were a little slower than we'd like to be because of the wind fighting us all the way. But on the front straight, it helped us out. We got a little bit higher top speed when we were on the front. So today we're looking for a little bit more consistent lap.
That's awesome. We met a bit about how you're from Detroit, you're doing all this stuff, you're traveling pretty much across the country to get down here to Texas Motor Speedway. I know a lot of teams have faced quite a bit of challenges over the course of the last year to 2 years, and I'm sure your team is no different. Do you want to touch on some of the things you guys have maybe had to overcome in the past year? We're scooting back a little bit to get a bit of a better angle on some of the action out here right now. But tell me a little bit about kind of what you guys have gone through as a team, what challenges maybe you have faced, and what has changed since the past 2 years back in 19, because I remember you guys back in 19. So where are you now, and how has that impacted you?
Well, we had a few issues with COVID regulations in the shop. We at sometimes we weren't able to come in for weeks at a time, so that slowed down our progress. I'm new to the team this year, so I can't really inform us on 2019. But I know we have made significant upgrades to the chassis. We carried it over from then. So we've added some wind panels, and we've added new hazard lights, and we've got new calipers on the rear. So we've done a few upgrades to last year's chassis, and they seem to be working out very well for us.
That's awesome. You know, I would have never guessed you were a new member on the team. You're so well spoken and know so much about your car. Being a new member, what's it like being out here? Have you been able to drive the car out at all on the Speedway? And what's it just like being at Texas Motor Speedway for those of us watching?
Well, as a new student, I try and let the older students know what they know and do what they do. So I've just been learning with the car, but I am a driver for the team this year, so it is very fun. I've been on the Speedway. I've done 2 or 3 stints so far. It's very exciting. Love being out there. You know, NASCAR is a great sport.
True. It's really awesome seeing you guys out here again this year. And I know we've got a couple more days of racing, and of course, day 2 is only barely underway. So what are you looking forward to in the next couple days? Do you think you'll be able to perform even better than you have been? And kind of what's your goal for the end of this week? Where do you guys want to walk off the track at the end of the week?
At the end of the week, we want to walk off in first place. But we're looking forward to our charging station being a little bit more productive with the lack of clouds now. We were doing really well yesterday, but we're expecting to do a little bit better today. So we might be able to push the car a little bit faster, a little bit harder, so we can get more juice in the batteries before we swap.
That's awesome. And now I know a lot of the teams out here, we're all a little tired. We're all pretty sweaty. We've all got our hats and our masks on, doing all that we can. Tell me a little bit about what the atmosphere is like on your team. Are you guys excited? Is the energy high off of yesterday? You know, what's the camaraderie like? What's it like being a team member on Heroes Alliance?
Well, we're all a little bit tired, but when it's time to get going, we all fire up immediately. We're all hands on deck, running around the place, getting everything done. Communication is very courteous and very kind, but also very prompt and punctual. There's very little downtime during the race, but when there is, usually we're taking a nap.
Sounds like a good plan. I will say, from personal experience, Heroes Alliance always seems to be one of the most energetic and excited to cheer on the team. When we have our call-outs in the morning, I want to say you guys are one of the loudest ones out there. So I always love hearing your energy in the mornings, and it makes me really wake up and make sure I'm ready to go too. So I appreciate you guys out here for that. I know that we've talked a lot about how the car is performing. We've talked a lot about how we want the car to continue to perform. We've talked about your team and your experience so far. So kind of as a last bit of our conversation today, what are some things you'd like to say just about where you guys are today? Are there any thank yous you have? Anything you want to say to people maybe watching back home? You're pretty far from home, right? So I'm sure there's quite a few people cheering you on, and they definitely deserve to be cheering you on because you guys have been doing really great. So what else do you have for anybody back at home?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, particularly Michigan Technological University. You guys are great. I also want to say thank you to all the parents and uncles and aunts and everyone else at home cheering us on, watching the live stream is greatly appreciated. We can tell you're watching. That's why the car's going so fast. That's all we have to say about that.
That's awesome. Well, if that's how that works, you guys better continue to keep watching, making sure we're cheering on Heroes Alliance and their efforts and their electrical team on the EV solar division. We wish you guys the best of luck as we continue, just like all the teams out here. No more breakdowns, right? That's always what we're looking forward to, keeping the sunshine going, and I really appreciate it. So I will let you guys get back. We will say goodbye for now and see you guys again later with another interview. Bye-bye.